welcome back to my nail corner. On my left hand is the last upload you saw from me, and that is Triple D, My Heart, So Mossy, and Ching. I love that mani so much. Anyway, on my right hand I have Builder Gel. I have a couple of little extensions because I had been rocking shorties on that hand and I just kept chipping corners, so I needed to extend them to get them grown out to match my left hand. This is Soul Dips, you guys. Look at the beautiful jars, cute packaging. I love it so much. I got a request from a subscriber, you know who you are, to try out Soul Dips and let you guys know my thoughts. So I ordered these colors. I selected them myself. I paid for them. This is not PR. So I picked these two greens because I thought they were really pretty and that I might be able to get away with them on my olive skin tone, and that they would be cute for St. Patty's Day. I picked a white because I always pick a white. And then those two glitters just caught my eye. The one on the left is the one I'm going to use today, and it's called Birthday Girl. And I was feeling like super, I don't know, feminine vibes from this mani. I really enjoyed it. And a couple uploads ago, if you saw that, I did like a blue and pink mani for a gender reveal for my upcoming niece or nephew, and it turns out it's a niece. So Birthday Girl was kind of perfect, and I was excited to do that. So I pulled out my Glitzzy dip liquids. This is the Glitzzy base. I had an upload a while back showing off a Glitzzy dip kit on Amazon, and these are the liquids that came with that, and I really like them. So if you saw when I tilted the jar, I'm probably halfway through this bottle of base. I reach for it fairly often and I really like it. I have not gone through the top coat as quickly though because I tend to use gel. So now I'm like, I might start using that top coat as base as well, because a lot of times those are interchangeable. So I might be going through it that way because I enjoyed the just the formulation of their liquids really a lot. So I'm going in with my basic dip application here. This white was really nice. It's just like a pure white. I guess you could get like a milky look from it if you did like one dip of that and then some clear, or mix some clear in, but I felt like it was pretty opaque when I was done with it. So I think it's really intended to be an opaque, just like snowy white. I really liked it. It applied nicely, but I love all whites, and you know that whites have my heart. So anyway, I will just share with you my experience as a customer, and hopefully that helps you in making decisions when you're looking to purchase dips from a small company. So this is a small dip powder brand. I placed an order, it shipped out promptly, and I'm trying to remember where it shipped from, but I think it might have been over in like the Northeast, and I'm way over here in Washington State, and it came quickly. Shipping was no issue. I would say I'd have to look back, and maybe I will before this voiceover is done being recorded, but I for sure got them before like a week was out, within a week of ordering, they were in my hands. So really good processing time, and that was great. I just had zero issues with the product. I don't believe they have dip liquids at this time, so that's why I didn't purchase them, but they do have gel base, top, and builder gel, clear builder gel now, and lots of just beautiful glitters, lots of selections, so definitely check them out if you're interested. I really enjoyed the product, and they just had a lot of unique glitters, which is really sometimes I feel like hard to come by. There are so many glitters available these days, but there are a fair amount that you're like, oh, well, this kind of looks just like this one, or close enough that I don't need both. But a lot of the glitters on that website were really unique, so definitely check them out. And yeah, my review is that they were a great product and a great customer experience, so I recommend you try them out if that's something you're interested in. So I am going to finish 2 dips of this white, and then I'm going to go in with that glitter and do like a vertical ombre, but I'm going to chat at you for a minute in the meantime. So you guys, if you heard in my last upload, I had said I was a bit distracted, that my son had been sick for a couple of days, and that upload was on Saturday. Well, on Friday when I recorded that voiceover, we had gone and had him tested for COVID because our doctor recommended that. So he had like 3 days of, a pretty high fever, like 102, nausea, vomiting, fatigue, a couple of different symptoms like that were just stereotypical of COVID, but also like could be any other virus, right? So the doctor recommended it, and I was like, oh, well, I guess we better get tested, because I do a lot of helping out with my husband's grandparents, and they're in their 90s, and then my dad as well, and he's in his 70s, and I just don't want to risk them. So I thought, like, we'll get tested, we'll find out for sure what we're dealing with. And before we even went for the test, my son, I gave him his chewable vitamin that he takes every day and he loves. Like, he usually sucks on it like it's candy because he loves the way it tastes so much. And I put it in his mouth and he was like, oh, Mom, this tastes so gross. And I was like, oh, crap. Because if you didn't already know, one of the big symptoms that's kind of specific to COVID is usually your taste and smell going away, I guess. But for him, it wasn't that they went away. It said it made things taste bad. So things that he usually loves taste bad. And then like any strong smell, he would think it smelled terrible. So he like walked into a room where there was an air freshener and he was like, oh, it smells awful in here. And I'm like, oh, that's the opposite effect of an air freshener. So anyway, we got him tested, and Saturday his results came back and he was indeed positive. So that was Saturday. Friday night, my husband came home from work and he was like, I can't get warm. So we took his temperature and he had a low-grade fever of about 100. So we got everybody tested on Monday and our results came back, and it turns out my husband is also positive. His symptoms have continued but has stayed fairly mild. So like low-grade temperature, he's got some cough going on. My son didn't have any respiratory effects, so that was kind of nice and unusual. Well, not unusual. They say in kids that the nausea and vomiting and that sort of thing is more common than in adults. So I guess adults are more likely to have the respiratory issues or symptoms. So anyway, I have rambled on and on. I'm going to get into this glitter and I'm going to finish. So my daughter and I both tested negative, but now my daughter and I have low-grade fevers. And when we tested, the guy who administered the test said we would probably show negative because it would be too soon for our exposure from my son having the virus to show up in our tests as positive. So it's a whole weird juggling act, but all that to say, I'm not sure how the coming week or two is going to look in our household, and so I apologize in advance if uploads are late or sporadic or just missed altogether. I have videos recorded and I plan on doing voiceovers and uploading them for you guys, because I like to share what I'm doing with you guys, but just know that if I'm not there, it's just because I'm taking care of the family and myself and just doing what we need to get us back to healthy. So I'm thankful for everybody who reached out and was asking, how my son was doing, or just saying like, I hope he's feeling better soon. And yeah, I appreciate you guys, and I feel like you guys are like an extended group of, family friends. And so I value you and wanted to update you on our situation. So back to nails. Look at this glitter, you guys. It's so beautiful and it's really unique. First of all, it's like a really light pink kind of, I don't know how to describe the pieces. They're not like straight kind of tinsely. They're almost like little tiny stringy pieces. I will try to zoom in so you can see it a bit better, but like it's just very unique and I really, really liked it. It was very delicate. And then the silver glitters that pick up just the right amount of light, and it was just a really beautiful, delicate glitter. So I highly recommend this one. And like I said, it was called Birthday Girl. So I went ahead, I was kind of going for like a 1/2 to 3/4 of the nail in glitter. The nice thing about an ombre is you can kind of let it fall wherever you want, as far as you want to go. I didn't cover the entire nail in base. I kind of covered 3/4 of it, and then just let the glitter fall where it went, and I really liked the way it turned out. So I'm going to finish my glitter ombre, and then I'm going to cap and clear, and then I will be back with some final thoughts for you guys. Alright, so I have gone ahead and filed and buffed off camera. I really love this look. I love white nails, I love pink nails, I love glitters, so it was just like the perfect combo for me. It was just super feminine and delicate, and I really enjoyed this, so I hope you guys like the look too. So I am activating because I am going to use a dip top coat, and if you're not familiar with dip top coat, you need to activate again after filing and buffing, because the activator is what cures your top coat. But be careful, because if your activator gets into your top coat, it can make it gunky because it's curing the top coat, so it will do that in the jar. So I always take a lint-free wipe after activator and just rub it over the nail, just getting any excess activator off, so that, yes, there's still activator on your nail, it needs that, but the excess doesn't need to get into your jar. So applying dip top coat goes just like this. 2 to 3 quick swipes over the nail, and then you go back around a second time and do a more thorough coat. So watch closely if you're unfamiliar, and take note, because this is how you get a nice glossy top coat. It is 2 coats, not 3, not 1, it has to be 2. So while I am top coating, I do want to mention, did you guys see me putting the glitter back into that jar and that it wouldn't all fit? So if you ever notice, sometimes you'll get dip powders and you're like, well, my mini isn't full. Powders settle, and then when you pour them out, they fluff up. So what I actually did is I set that aside, and then I let the glitter settle a bit, and I kind of shimmied it a little bit, and then I was able to kind of squeeze most of that extra from the cupcake liner back into the jar. But I just wanted to let you know that most companies are shipping based on weight, not volume. So they're not like measuring a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons and a half for a jar. They're gonna fill it up, and it's usually based on weight. So I know that sometimes you get dip powders and you're like, this doesn't even look like it's full, and then some that are full to overflowing. Well, they weigh different things and different amounts based on the contents or the densities of the powder and things like that. So just don't pay too much attention to how full your jar is, because it changes so much with like settling and with being fluffed up, etc. So just wanted to mention that, because I see that question come up a lot about how much is in a jar. So I am finishing up my top coat, and again, just to wrap up, highly recommend Soul Dips. Check them out if you haven't already, and show me your manis. I love to see them, so when you guys post manis on Instagram and tag me, that's awesome. I love to see them. Feel free to DM me pictures if you have a mani that you love and you're proud of and you want to show off, or if you just are like, I don't know, if you have a question or anything. I love interacting with you guys, so feel free to do that via comments here or DMs on Instagram. I wish there was a way on YouTube that you guys could post pictures in the comments, because I would love that. Anyway, I am finishing up this mani with my Cuticle candy as per usual. I think this is Twilight Woods I just pulled out, and I just ordered the 1 ounce jar of this because I love it so much. I don't know how to describe it, but check out the website because she always has good descriptions. And if you need some Candi skincare, I have a discount code below, so check that out. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next vid, hopefully soon. Bye now.